everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to do prompt number 27 today, which is postcard. So if you remember, that was the last one I did, which was Cosy, and I swapped my pages around, so 27 should have been on that page, but I'm doing it on this page. So I've got some more of this vintage temple paper, which I've got some scraps here, and I thought I would use a piece on there just to soften this handmade paper that's in the background and to try and blend through to this page. I've got my postcard here. Now, you saw this in the last video. This is the one I'm going to use. It's only a small little card. It's a faux postcard. I'm going to make that slightly bigger, and I've got an old envelope here, and what I thought I would do is just back that to make it slightly bigger. I've got my Asian origami bookmark here, and I'm going to be making another one of these. This was just a template one, or this is just a template one that I've got in my template drawer. So I'm going to be making another one of these, and for that I've also got some handmade paper, but this is some more Asian temple paper, and it's lovely stuff to work with. So the first thing I'm going to do is make this bookmark and show you how that's done. So let's pop all these bits to one side. I've got some archival ink here. Let me just put that to one side. There we go. I've got some black archival ink here, and I've got some wood stamps here. And as you can see, they've all got Asian writing on them, and this is the little one that I used on this one, so I'm going to use the same one again. So I'm just going to lift that out and pop that to one side. And for this, all you need is a square of paper. Now, you can use any size square of paper, but for this one I made this out of a 10 centimetre square piece of paper. So I'm going to make a couple. So I'm just going to cut both these pieces here into squares of 10 centimetres. So here's my squares cut out, and the first thing you do is just do a diagonal fold, corner to corner, and burnish. So I'm going to do that on all three. These are super quick and easy to make, don't take 2 minutes. So like that. Then what you want to do is just open them up, and I'm just going to put mine on the grid so I can see where I'm going. And now just take your point and fold it to the center line. So I'm just going to do that on either side, like that, and then fold your pieces together so that it looks like that. So let me do that again. And then just close up your piece of paper like so. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is have the short edge towards you, and you want to take this point and you just want to fold it down the center. Now, an easy way to do that is just to do a gentle little pinch at that top corner like that. So you're taking this corner, let me just line that up on that line. You're taking this corner and you're folding it down the center line of your piece like so. I've just got a little bit of buckling in there, so I'm just going to straighten that out and bring that down. There we go, like that. And then you do the same on the other side. Bring that down from that point so that both your points meet, like so. And burnish. Okay, so let's do that again. you want to try and get a nice sharp point at the top here. Okay, so as I say, that's what it looks like on one side, that's what it looks like on the other side. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull this apart there so that you can see. Now you actually have a little kind of pocket in there. If I move this back one out of the way, that's where those flaps are. So what you need to do now is you just need to fold those flaps from the back over the front. So that point is coming up to this point up here, and I'm folding it over like that, and just make it go nice and snug, and then burnish like that. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so that's what it looks like. There's your little folds. Close those up, turn it over. That's what it looks like, and you've just folded them over like that. Now what you want to do is hold your 2 points and go for that gap in there like that, and take one of your points and just fold it along the crease. Let me just get that one out of the way. Fold it along the crease you've just made and pop it in there like that, and the same with the other one. So just pop it inside, and this is where your bone folder comes in handy, because you might need to just push it down into that corner down there, and then close your little triangle up and just give it a quick burnish again on both sides like that. And burnish, and that is your bookmark, origami bookmark. It couldn't be easier. Now let's find that postcard. There we go. So all you do is you pop your book corner or your card or whatever into that little cone that you've tucked your flaps into, and that is it. And you can embellish these any way you like. They're super easy. With mine, all I did was do a little bit of stamping. So that's all I'm going to do on these. So to do that, I am just going to open these out again. Now you could glue those flaps in place, but they're going to stay there. They're not going to come apart unless you do what I'm doing, which is using your bone folder to open it out. Now to decorate these, if you want to decorate them all over, then obviously you're going to need to open up your piece of paper all the way out, but I'm not going to, because I want to decorate this front triangle here. Let me just show you. I want to decorate that front triangle, and when I flip it over, that triangle, I'm not going to decorate inside. I just want to leave my inside plain. So I'm just going to open this out, and I'm going to decorate these pieces just by doing a bit of random stamping. So as you can see, I've got my archival link there and my little stamp, and I actually find it easier not opening out my piece of paper from my bookmark, but just putting it over a scrap piece of paper over one corner, as you can see, and I'm just going in and randomly stamping, just really where it suits me, sometimes horizontally, sometimes vertically, and there I am, just turning it over, popping it on the corner again and stamping. There's all sorts of things you can do to embellish these. You can even make them out of book pages, botanical pages. You could stick some embellishments on top if you wanted to. So there's lots of options. Here I've got a scrap of the same paper, and I'm just stamping all over it. And another couple of scraps. So again, I'm stamping on those as well. And this is the envelope. As you can see, I'm just opening it out, and I'm going to go in with my glue stick, dab some glue all over the inside. Close it up. And then I decide that I've still got plenty of space, so I'm gluing one half again and folding it over, so that I've got about 4 layers of paper there, which I'm going to let dry, and then in a minute you'll see I cut it to size using my decollage trimmer. I've just taken my postcard to the sewing machine and put a couple of rows of stitching around it, and here I am actually trimming the backing with my decollage trimmer. So here I've gone round that piece with a couple of rows of messy straight stitching on my sewing machine and a dab of glue, and just positioning my postcard on the backing. Choosing the best of the bookmarks. That's a scrap of the temple paper. I decide it's not big enough, so I go in with another piece that is glued together, and I go to tear it across the bottom, and it won't tear across the grain very easily. It tears beautifully down the side. So I decide I like that piece, but I want it staggered, and I've just brought in a scrap of the same paper that I made the bookmarks with, and I just stamped all over that, and I decide I like it. The bookmark doesn't look right with all the stamping on it and that piece of paper, so I'm just taking one of the bookmarks and I'm reversing it to see if I like the look of it, just popped on there without any stamping. I decide I don't, but when I try it behind, I like the look of it behind, but I don't want to use it there, so I go in with another couple of scraps of that paper and just layer a portion up on the left hand side. There we go. And a portion on the right hand side. So that's very much my design and what I end up going with. So I'm just gluing all my pieces in place. There's that scrap that I stamped all over. Just decide to give it a quick trim. Just fiddling with those 2 other scraps to get them into the position that I want. Liking where that one is, so I'm putting a dab of glue behind. This one I can't remember exactly how I had it originally, so that's why I'm faffing with it here. Decide that looks okay. I'm going to go with that dab of glue. And just adding more glue in various places to secure the whole piece. And then in with my Pritt stick to glue the whole piece in place on my page. So here is again another one of those scraps that I stamped on, and I just want to pick up the oval from the opposite page with this piece, and it was stamped too close to the edge for me to get a decent edge when I tried ripping it away, so I go in with another one. Here we go, and I can rip all the way around this one and get a nice feathered edge. So that's where I decide I want it to go, up in that top left hand corner there. Dab of glue and in it goes. And here I'm coming in just with a couple of circular washi stickers just to finish off. And here we go, everybody. This is my finished page, not quite how I planned it to go. So that little tutorial on making these little bookmarks, I decided not to use these in the end. I just randomly stamped a scrap of this temple paper when I was making these. I had an offcut and I just randomly stamped it, and when I was layering this up, I actually thought it looked quite nice behind. It kept it fairly light, but some of the colours were still blending into this page, so I was quite happy with that. Also, because of the symbols on here, they were picking up the symbols on this side, and to actually use one of these little caps or bookmarks, or corner bookmarks as they are in reality, was just too much, and I actually liked this better than this. And you saw me take one of these and turn it inside out just to see if putting a plain portion on that corner would work, and then I auditioned it behind one or two pieces, and that's when I decided that it might be quite nice to use some more offcut at the back here and at the back here to pick out the colours on the actual postcard itself. And then finally I just went in with a couple of washi stickers so that I could balance it out. I've got circles there and there, which picks up the sort of oval shape that I've got there. And really, again, just to balance it out, I put another little one down there. I don't know if it makes any difference whatsoever, and in fact, looking at it down there, I think I would have preferred to have it up there, but it's where it is now. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this page come together. It looks like I need another dab of glue underneath that corner, so I'm just going to do that. And whilst that's drying, I will just say thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today, for watching me create this page. And as always, I'll put some photographs at the end for you to have a closer look. Bye bye now.